Hello, welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner. Classics slash non-classics. This is episode number 239 and Doubleshot 172. First up, X-Men: The New Age of Apocalypse. Now the thing is, what's in here is X-Men Age of Apocalypse miniseries and the X-Men Age of Apocalypse one-shot. Now, I've already talked about the majority of the stories that are in the one-shot, but the one story that helps set up the events of the miniseries collected in here is something that apparently now that particular story picks up like exactly where the original crossover leaves off, and then pretty much this miniseries picks up like 1 year after the crossover and just ends, where the United States has been rebuilt, it's a country again, and Magneto is the director of mutant affairs. And throughout the course of this miniseries, we get the introduction to this universe to see this woman on the cover. That is this universe version of this woman right here standing behind Wolverine. Well, actually has Weapon X, but that is his daughter. This is supposed to be the Age Apocalypse version of Laura McKinley, aka X-23. Now, the reason why I think they put her in this universe, because, well, she's popular in the 616 universe, one of the breaking Age Apocalypse version of her. But here's something unique about her. She's not a clone. She's the daughter of Logan and Mariko something, the woman who happens to be the Silver Samurai's half-sister in 616. In this universe, Wolverine and Mariko basically did it together, and they had her. Basically, this is the only child Wolverine's ever had. I mean, there's no Doc in this universe, and she's not the only one to make first appearance in this very this universe in this very miniseries. We all see the debut of Cloak and Dagger. Let's see, there was a few others. It was let's see, it was oh yeah, you all see the first appearance in the universe of Psylocke. Yeah, Psylocke. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Psylocke along with Chiron. Yeah, that is the Age of Apocalypse version of Chiron, the guy who's a pterodactyl. Yeah, and apparently Jean Grey died at the end of the original crossover, then she came back. And in here she's remembered this universe's Sinister Six, along with a couple of characters I don't recognize, but it's nice to see Cloak and Dagger in the universe. Now, this Sinister Six has not died. Now, this is technically, I say Sinister Six, well, technically it's called Sinister Six, and it's formed by this universe, Mr. Sinister. Now, Mr. Sinister is on the run. Now, they also run into this universe's North Star and Amora, two people who are known members in 616 of the Alpha Flight. Yeah, they run them in here, and they get captured. And of course, Magneto kind of knew about some. He lies or something, so basically he's arrested, and Jean is put in charge of the X-Men, which is really nice. And also, you actually have a big death in this particular miniseries. Mr. Sinister dies in a very gory fashion. Yeah, he dies. Yeah, he's one of two deaths to happen in this miniseries. But yeah, despite that, and unlike I tend to criticize Chris Bachalo for not liking his art very much, here's the thing about his artwork in this miniseries. It is nice. Yeah, there's no absence of color. I know for a fact his style is similar to that manga, but this is one miniseries I can say that his artwork did work. I mean, there's no absence of color in any, like, there's no, like, waste there's nothing here. It's not like in some of his works that nowadays where there's lots of white space. Here, no white space. And here's the thing, this miniseries is 10 years old. This trade came out 10 years ago. But, yeah, like I say, this is really good. Now, they came to this miniseries for sort of the 10th anniversary of the crossover. And, of course, last year, they kind of recollect this miniseries in different channel later for you soon. But despite that, this is good. 9 out of 10. Excuse me. Next up, Elseworlds, Batman, Volume 1. Elseworlds stories for Batman, Holy Terror. No relation to Frank Miller's Holy Terror. Batman, the Blue, the Gray, and the Bat. Robin 3000, number 1 to 2. Batman / Dark Joker, The Wild. Batman / Houdini, Devil's Workshop. Batman, Castle of the Bat, Batman in Darkest Night, and Batman Dark Allegiances. My personal favorite ones are In Darkest Night, Dark Allegiances, I like Houdini. I like Devil's Workshop. Now, Batman / Houdini Devil's Workshop, that's actually a sequel to another Batman Elseworlds story, Batman Gotham by Gaslight. The cover, really gorgeous cover. That is the cover to Batman and Darkest Night, where in that universe, Superman, Hippolyta, who becomes Wonder Woman, and Flash all become Green Lanterns besides Batman. The Holy Terror one, even though it's a long story, it kind of feels incomplete. I was kind of disappointed with the ending of it. Could tell more. The blue, the gray, and the bat, it's Batman fighting the Civil War on the side of the North, obviously. Robin 3000, it's more focused on Robin, and he's an android and it's set in the future. Dark Joker, The Wild, medieval times. That's simply what it is. Castle of the Bat, it's basically the Batman version of Frankenstein, of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, where the Frankenstein monster is actually Batman, and Bruce Wayne was never Batman in this continuity. And Alfred is Igor. Yeah, he's Igor. I'm not kidding. There's also Batman Darkest Night. Obviously, Batman becomes Green Lantern. Dark Allegiances. Now, this one is my personal favorite because this one has artwork by Howard Chaykin. Now, in this particular universe, it's basically like... now, it's written and drawn by Howard Chaykin, who's a very good artist. Now, the story is that it's set during the golden age of comics, and it's Batman in the early 30s at the Great Depression, very much. And this is before Hitler was revealed to be a very nasty guy. And here's the thing: Hitler is actually in the story, and he's not wearing a Nazi uniform. He's wearing a button-up shirt, a green like Hawaiian style shirt with pants, and I think it's like shorts and sandals. I'm like, really? This is the guy who's one of the most despised men in human history, and he's actually acting like a normal person. Okay. And it's basically like, it's like they took elements, it's like Howard Chaykin just took like Batman characters and put them in the 30s. Like Robin is Alfred and Catwoman is Bruce Wayne's lover and partner. Yeah. The let's see, Devil's Workshop, that is simply Batman team with Harry Houdini after Gotham and Gaslight. It's a series of child murders. It's the darkest of the stories, but I like this one because it's very well written. Now, who writes these stories? Well, the Robin 3000 story that's written by Brian Press and Steven Reinberg. Batman, the Blue, the Gray, and the Bat. That's written by Elliot S. Megan, and Alan West. Al Burnett does Batman Holy Terror. Doug Moak does Batman / Dark Joker, The Wild. Howard Chaykin and John Francis Moore does Batman / Devil's Workshop. Of course, Howard Chaykin does Batman Dark Allegiance. Mike W. Burr does Batman Darkest Night and Batman Castle of Bat. That one's written by Jack C. Harris. Here's some samples of some of the artwork in here. I mean, it's a lot of really good... The only one that's kind of like sketchy in the way that you might not like is the Batman Harry Houdini one. I'm not going to show that one because it's a very dark one. It's set like in the 1890s, but it's still a well-written story. I gotta get props for the writer of it. Who is it again? Yeah. Let's see. Howard Chaykin and John Francis Moore. Now, Holy Terror is basically Bruce Wayne is a Catholic priest, and also America's under the control of the Catholic Church. That's something what that is. Yeah. Darkest Night is probably one of the more better ones in here. You might like that one because it's Batman becoming Green Lantern. Now, in the regular universe for DC Comics, he does have humongous potential to be a Green Lantern, but he's always Batman. And Sinestro is actually in the story. And here's the thing: he is this world's version of the Joker. There's no mention of the Joker. Catwoman's in here. He's just Star Sapphire, and Two-Face in here as well. In the Dark Knight story, and he is a Sinestro Corps. He's a Yellow Lantern. Okay, and Batman is kind of written to be very similar to not only of regular Bruce Wayne, but also of Hal Jordan and how much he frequently disobeys the Guardians universe. And the Guardians universe, I run completely in character. You know how they run a complete character? They're complete dicks. I'm not kidding. They've written this way since the 60s. So I actually like the fact that Mike Burr wrote that particular story. Yeah. So since this book is so awesome, I do highly recommend it. Basic people who do want to read some stories not set in regular continuity, but really want to read some Batman stuff. I do recommend this. 9.5 out of 10, and it's kind of expensive book. This book is like $35. I'm not kidding. But despite that, good. All right, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be episode 240 and Doubleshot number 172. But until then, I'll see you there. Bye. What? This is stop yet.